Right, the lovely Sharon from SRH has been on the phone. She said that she's having trouble deciding whether an S is made up of bars or bubbles. Now, tomorrow, we're going to talk about just making letters out of bars, and the day after that, we're going to talk about just making letters out of bubbles. But for the time being, let's have a look at Sharon's S. Now, if you draw an S out, I can't see any straight lines in that, so I can't see any bars. If you look at it, it's just two bubbles on top of each other, isn't it? There's a bubble on the top, there's a bubble on the bottom, and they overlap. And then they've got these kind of endpoints. There's an endpoint there and an endpoint there, which is almost a straight line, isn't it? So then if we use that for our working out, we can bisect the whole thing, and that gives us our outline. Let's do that again. So it's a bubble on top, it's a bubble on the bottom. I'm going to bisect it with a line, and then you just do the same thing. Draw your outline. That would be to there, that would be the end point there. That goes around like that, and then lose all the extra stuff. That's a bit of a funny shape test, but from there you've got your points, haven't you? You've got your points that you can pull around. Maybe you decide that you want this to flare out a bit more at the top. Maybe this to flare out a bit so you get more of a scoopy scoop at the bottom. And then you can get rid of the bit in the middle. Does that make sense, Shazza? Dr. Sharrington, the Shazmeister. Okay, two bubbles stacked on top of each other. So always if you're having trouble with a letter, always draw it out and decide, okay, well that was a straight line, and that's a bubble, or P, that's a straight line, and then that's a bubble, or a G, that's a straight line, that's a bubble, and just break it down. And an S is tricky. It is one of those that's sort of slightly ambiguous, but if it's got curves in it, the chances are it's a bubble. You can figure it out that way.